I was trying to remember when I met Hannah. It was probably shortly after Restoring Dignity formed, and for the first few years, primarily our relationship was referring refugee families that were going through an especially difficult time to have their home made over.
We did kind of like home makeover projects like HGTV, where we would bring in 40 to 60 volunteers and completely renovate a family's apartment or home and bring them everything that they needed to really thrive here in America.
She sees a need and she goes and takes care of it. She sees a problem and she's there to help.
When Hannah discovered how badly the conditions had deteriorated at Yale Park, she worked to organize the tenants themselves and identified leaders within the complex who could encourage the other tenants to speak up.
But it was crazy there. I mean, you could smell gas everywhere. I know when the city went in, they found that 75 of the 100 units were leaking gas, and it was bad. I've never seen anything like that before, so I never went in there to do any type of advocacy work. I just went in there to install window air conditioners, and what I found was so disturbing. Not doing anything was not an option.
You know, a lot of social problems that when you actually see them, you kind of have to do something about it. You can't just leave it alone. You can't just let it sit there. You know, and with the situations at the apartment that we're talking about, it's just going to get worse.
Everything started moving very quickly when the magnitude of the problem became evident. She never blinked. She just launched into action.
Heartland Family Service found each family their own apartment or home. I believe 20 of the families were actually able to buy their own homes. We set up sponsorships for each family. So to date, we've set up 99 sponsorships, meaning that 99 different churches, workplaces, and organizations brought each family all the furniture and home items that they needed to start over.
People are starting to really speak up and say, no, it does not have to be that way. People do not have to live that way just because it's low-income housing. It doesn't have to be unsafe and unsanitary.
I feel like the real heroes are the different community leaders within the refugee populations who are really advocating to give them courage that this isn't okay. What you're going through is not okay. You should not be living in these conditions.
As we've been able to actually incorporate into a nonprofit and start having board meetings, it's been just really neat to see everybody come together to try to make it more of a lasting, organization.
When you see something, you need to speak up about it. You can't be silent about things. You can't just turn the blind eye, because the reason we're in the situation we are now with the substandard housing crisis is because so many people either haven't spoken out or have turned a blind eye, and now we are where we are. And so I feel like you have to speak out. We have to speak for people who are vulnerable. We have to say, this isn't right, and we're not going to stand for this anymore.